Now we're talking about the Trump presidency, which is what we have to reckon with.
Yes. So we are now in the position of, for the next
4 years,
2 months,
well, 2 months of transition,
speculating and learning piece by piece what an actual Donald Trump presidency would look like. So there are a couple things that we can broach on. We want to talk about his cabinet, what that might look like. We also want to talk about his first 100 days in office, what that might look like. And then, obviously, his most robust policy, the wall. Is he going to build the wall?
All right, so we're talking about...
Do the wall first, Richard. Start with the wall.
The wall's not going to happen.
Okay, so you think that despite having a Republican majority, they are not going to offer the funding to build the wall?
Here's the ha-ha. Ha-ha. The Donald Trump we saw on election night was a completely different man than the Donald Trump we saw for the past 18 months.
In what respect?
Wild and recluse. Yeah, to holy hell, I'm president of the United States.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to walk in on the first day, and he's a businessman, and he's going to sit there. I mean, I don't think Donald Trump's stupid. I think he's brilliant, right? And I think
he has his. I mean, I was thinking about this earlier today. He's not stupid. I mean, anyone to say that he's stupid is wrong. He definitely doesn't have the same skill set as politicians.
No, but
I mean, I wouldn't even argue that he's a skilled businessman because he's had a significant string of failures and poor business practices. But marketing and PR.
Wait. This guy is worth. We don't know exactly how much he's worth, but he's worth a couple.
That's the sign of a good businessman,
right? But we know we could at least confirm. And if you could, Richard, if you could say I can't confirm it. Well, better yet, he is a multimillionaire, and to be a multimillionaire, it requires some business intelligence.
Okay, let me give you an example, Richard. He got a loan for $1 million from his father. Over the course of the next 40 or so years, he turned that into, let's call it $1 billion. Okay? If you gave me $1 and said, in 40 years, I need you to give me $1,000, I think I could do it.
Well, I see your argument, and I'm not defending Donald Trump, but I counter you with this. Think about all those basketball players, right? Not even basketball players, all those childhood stars who were worth millions of dollars, and now they're on Skid Row broke. Yeah. Like broke. Gary Coleman. Broke.
Pretty sure he's dead.
And he was before he was dead. But he was one of the highest paid actors. So I'm sorry, it takes some business savvy. He went to Wharton Business School.
Yeah,
this is part of. But here's the thing. Once again, and I talked about this earlier in the show. Once again, this type of rhetorical argument that you're making is why we lost. Why? This type of thing right here, because he's not. You guys underestimated this man. He went to Wharton Business School and he's a billionaire. He's actually smart. And we're like, oh, he's stupid. He's an anomaly. He doesn't exist. He's temperamentally unfit. And the American people didn't buy any of that. So and this is my thing. And if we want to beat him in 4 years, if we use this argument that Rich is using, we are going to lose.
I'm not trying to sell anyone. I'm just saying, looking at the cold, hard facts.
It's your
Have you seen how many failures he's had over the course of his career?
It is
bankruptcies.
The thought.
The thought doesn't matter. I'm not campaigning for anything.
No, but this is the problem.
Conversation about whether.
Would you consider yourself? You are a staunch progressive, right?
Yeah.
Right, and you like to win elections.
Yeah. But I mean, my point was that I wouldn't argue that he's a great businessman, but I think he's a public relations genius. That was the second part of my argument.
That's fine. Whatever. I'm not defending Donald Trump, but I'm sorry. I think it's naive to say he's not a good businessman. He's a billionaire. I'm not a billionaire. Moving on.
Having $1 billion in your bank account doesn't necessarily mean
earning $1 billion is hard work.
I think the jury's out.
Turning $1 million into $1 billion is not easy. Because if it was that easy, you can give a Home Street $1 and be like, okay, I want you to come back and give me $100. Some of them would not be able to do it.
Yeah, but when there's a family infrastructure, a real estate empire that has existed prior to him being alive,
yes, but it's fine. I mean, this is part of this. This is part of this argument where once again I think we lost. Is we tried to disqualify this guy, and that was part of the problem.
He won. I think the facts still exist. I'm saying those facts didn't necessarily resonate with America.
No, of course they don't work, so let's just stop using them.
I'm not trying to convince anyone.
Because we could beat. This is the problem, and I hate to go on one of these diatribes again, but here's what Donald Trump has that we lack as a movement, right? We lack it as a movement, and it is he has the clear sense of conviction. It's conviction. He on an issue, whether you like it or not, you know exactly where Donald Trump stands, and we as progressives, we don't have conviction. And that's part of our problem. Like these people these people who sit there, and I said this, I tweeted this yesterday. All people say Black Lives Matter, right? Who's not out there on the streets with Black Lives Matter, you lack conviction.
That's fair.
Right? All these people say, oh, I'm for immigration reform. I'm saying, oh, my Latina brothers and sisters, all this crap, and you're not willing to say President Obama halt deportations? Wishy-washy. We have been wishy-washy for years. We've been wishy-washy for years. And another thing, and this is another thing, all these WikiLeaks is my hero, Ed Snowden is a great person. They gave us Donald Trump. So to all those people out there, Rich Big One, and all these people are heroes. They are not heroes. They're enemies of America. They're trying to destroy our country and our democracy, and they gave us crazy-ass Donald Trump.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think you...
Oh, come on!
You're going to blame WikiLeaks for Donald Trump after making the argument that America resonated with him.
No, I give you that. But they were trying to engage, and they were trying to engage in espionage. I do believe they were trying to engage... Well, Julian Assange said it. They were trying to engage in espionage in this election, and people on the left flank were like, oh, these people are heroes. They're not heroes. They're cowards.
I don't know. I think you would need to dive deeper to find out who the actual important players are.
It's not the point. I mean, I'm sorry. Now Donald Trump is president. I voted for Hillary Clinton. I don't think she was the best candidate, right? But I think between the email, and I think we learned a lot in the WikiLeaks. But I think the WikiLeaks are problematic.
Yeah, problematic, sure.
And they were wrong. You hack somebody's... If somebody hacked your personal email... It's a personal email. I'm sorry. I know I sent a lot of emails in my Gmail account. Don't hack me.
Well, you know now not to.
I absolutely have
everyone should know, especially someone who's Secretary of State should know.
But it was Podesta, and it was his personal email account.
He should know.
I
would make the argument.
How often do you change your Gmail password?
I don't change it, but I don't send anything in email that I wouldn't want on the front page of the Wall Street Journal.
Fair point.
And unfortunately, everyone's going to learn this the hard way. I'm not saying it's wrong. But anyway, we were supposed to be talking about Trump's first 100 days, but we only have like 2 minutes. So Richard, what's he going to do?
He has two. I think Donald Trump has three options. Option one, he can... Well, let me break this out a little more, and I only have 2 minutes, so I'll be very fast. Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, the Republicans who are running for president, they want nothing more than destroy Donald Trump. Ted Cruz wants to destroy Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So he has them coming from the right to try to take him out. I think you have some Democrats and the centrist Democrats, like these Hillary bots. They hate him, so they're in the middle. And I think you have like Bernie and Bernie's statement. Bernie's like, if he's willing to work for working families, I'll work with him. That's what Bernie said in his statement. But if he's going to be a racist, a misogynist...
That's what any good politician should do.
Right, but here's my point. I think that Donald Trump, if he's really smart, he puts Mike Pence in a box somewhere in the back of the White House and tells him to shut up. And he tries to lead a populist campaign from the center, making his first agenda item paid family leave, which he does agree on.
There is no way that's his first. He already teased out his thing. And the couple things that he said were term limits in Congress,
that's not
halting the hiring of all federal employees, and what was the third one? Oh, immediately funding a bill to build the wall on the southern part of the United States. So those are his three top priorities.
There's no way in hell that Congress is going to pass
Congress will never approve term limits.
Number one, the halting of hiring federal employees.
He doesn't understand how the government
He doesn't work on he doesn't understand it. He just doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. So I don't think that's going to
He'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
When he gets there and they're like, that is actually impossible, Donald.
I'm telling you, if Donald Trump comes in and he tries to do this, pass all this crazy radical right stuff, it's going to go through, obviously. But he's going to start to have a problem with his own base.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think if he's smart and he wants 8 years, he leads from the center.
If he's smart and He wants 8 years. He needs to make sure all those people he told were going to get jobs in the next 4 years.
Well, the only way you could do that is leading from the center. I would pass a big transportation bill, walking in the door. And here's their problem when he pants it. All these bills, even building the southern wall,
yeah,
is not deficit neutral. It's deficit from here to high hell.